Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
The longest-running indoor skydiving attraction in Las Vegas is closing its doors. Good morning and thanks for joining us on 7 at 7. I'm John Archuleta in for Cynthia Puga. We begin with your top stories across the Las Vegas Valley. A man accused of orchestrating the 1996 killing of Tupac Shakur is asking a judge to dismiss the charges against him. Prosecutors allege Dwayne Keefe D. Davis authorized the drive-by shooting that killed Shakur and injured Marion Suge Knight as part of an ongoing feud between the Southside Crips and the Bloods. Davis's attorney filed the motion on Monday, alleging the state delayed prosecuting Davis. Davis remains in the Clark County Detention Center on a $750,000 bail. A district judge is scheduled to hear arguments on the motion on January 21st. Governor Joe Lombardo is set to deliver the 2025 State of the State speech next week. The Republican governor will update Nevadans about his administration's progress since taking office and his goals for the next legislative session. The State of the State address is traditionally given by the incumbent governor 2 weeks before the legislative session starts, as an introduction to their policy priorities for the 120-day lawmaking period. The speech is scheduled for 6 p.m. on January 15th in Carson City, according to a release from Lombardo's office. The Chris Ruby Memorial Cup, a Lee Canyon ski race, marks 10 years of carrying on the legacy of its namesake. When Chris Ruby died of blunt force trauma after a snowboarding accident in January 2014, his organs and tissue helped more than 90 people, including a 5-year-old boy who received one of his heart valves. Now, the Chris Ruby Memorial Cup raises money for the Nevada Donor Network, and its 10th annual event is scheduled for January 11th. In weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every blooming thing. Today in the Las Vegas Valley, expect a very cloudy morning with winds from the north at 25 to 35 miles per hour and gusts up to 50 miles per hour in some areas with light rain. But by afternoon, those clouds decrease with sunny skies and a high around 60 degrees and a low tonight of about 37. Then as the week goes on, expect sunny days with highs in the lower 60s and upper 50s and overnight lows in the 30s. Business brought to you by G-Bank, your best banking experience ever. New data shows apartment rent prices have been on a downward slope in the Las Vegas Valley for the past 6 months. CoStar Group says the vacancy rate spiked to more than 10% last year and remains in that range today, forcing landlords to resort to rent reductions or concessions to fill units. The biggest reason multifamily rents have been on the decline is approximately 12,000 new apartment units have been built in the past 2 years, but that does not mean rental prices will stay on a downward trend.
Unless we start building more multifamily units over the next couple of years, apartment rental rates will most likely increase in the coming years.
Home building also impacts the rental market as it offers new product that can impact rental supply. The longest-running indoor skydiving attraction in Las Vegas is shutting its doors at the end of this month. After 42 years of operation, Vegas Indoor Skydiving at 200 Convention Center Drive will be closing permanently on January 25th. Now, the owner made that announcement on social media. The attraction made waves after opening in 1982 under the name Flyaway Indoor Skydiving as the first commercial wind tunnel to open in the U.S. Since then, the attraction has welcomed over 1 million visitors. Now, no reason was provided for the closure.
Now for your sports update, brought to you by PT's Taverns. With over 65 locations, there's a PT's near you. Visit ptstaverns.com. Since being hired as UNLV football's new head coach, Dan Mullen has been busy rounding out his staff, bringing aboard some familiar faces. Corey Dennis was announced as the team's offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. He spent 9 seasons with Ohio State. Another coach coming from the Buckeyes is Mike Solen, who will be the team's offensive line coach. Adrian Mays was named the Rebels tight end coach, Kyle Hoke will lead the safeties, and Adam Shire takes over the special teams.
Health brought to you by Centerwell Senior Primary Care. Discover primary care focused on you. Vitamin C has often been touted as a way to keep the cold and other viruses away, but doesn't really work. Health experts say vitamin C does help your immune system function well, and it helps with wound healing and joint protection. But overall, when it comes to taking extra doses to prevent common colds, that hasn't been proven true. However, health experts say vitamin C might speed up the recovery process slightly in some people. You can get vitamin C in fruits and vegetables, and a daily supplement recommended at 500 milligrams.
Sports betting brought to you by the Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Scar Shop. The Lions and Chiefs are 3-1 co-favorites at the Westgate Superbook to win the Super Bowl. The Bills are the 6-1 third choice, followed by the Ravens at plus 650 and the Eagles at 7-1. The odds then shoot up to the Vikings at 20-1, the Packers at 25-1, and the Rams, Chargers, and Buccaneers at 30-1. The Commanders are 60-1, and the Texans, Steelers, and Broncos are each 60-1. Vegas Nation brought to you by Station Casinos, STN Sports. Download the app today. The Raiders' draft position is set after their 4-13 season came to an end on Sunday. With their loss to the Chargers, the Raiders secured the number 6 pick overall in the 2025 NFL Draft. It will be their earliest pick since selecting defensive end Clelin Ferrell 4th in 2019. The only other time the Raiders picked 6 was in 1988 when they selected Hall of Famer Tim Brown. The Silver and Black will pick behind the Titans, Browns, Giants, Patriots, and Jaguars. The NFL Draft takes place April 24th to 26th in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Now time for your lifestyle news. If you're a fan of the Super Bowl, you're gonna want to check out this, because Verizon is hosting a free Fan Fest event here in Las Vegas. The event will take place at Allegiant Stadium and will feature on-field access, live music, plus meet and greets with current and former NFL players. You do not need to be a Verizon customer, and you can claim free tickets with an option to bring guests. Ticket requests are on a first-come, first-served basis and start on Friday. Now for entertainment, sponsored by Arizona Charlie's, has live entertainment every weekend at both locations. Go to ArizonaCharlies.com to see who's playing. The drummer for Vegas-born rock band Imagine Dragons has released his first solo project. LBRJ entertainment columnist John Katsalamidis has all the details.
Daniel Platzman spent more than a decade as the drummer for Las Vegas superstar rock band Imagine Dragons, but in August of last year, he announced he was splitting with the band. We had known for quite some time that Platzman was not with Imagine Dragons. He wasn't at the 2023 Tyler Robinson Foundation Gala at Resorts World. Platzman says he left because he wanted to pursue film scores and his own original music. The latest single and video proves such. It's called Cloud 9. It was just released this weekend, and it is great.
Thanks so much for watching 7 at 7, and be sure to hit that subscribe button to get alerts when we post breaking news in our 7 at 7 newscasts. You can also watch us on other platforms like Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. We'll see you tonight for more 7 at 7.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.